All right, welcome to Sdeke Podcast, a podcast where we sit down with professionals and they come here and share their story, their career journey, so that we can help someone who wants to get into the same career that they're in. And we also want to say thank you so much to Workshop 17 for giving us this opportunity to collaborate and work together. And if you want to use the studios, please reach out to them. We'll leave all the details in the comment section, in the description below, and bring your podcast to life. And today we've got a special guest, my manager at my current job. And welcome, sir.
I'm delighted to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for honoring the invite. And please introduce yourself and what you do.
So I'm Taariq Essa. I'm an electrical engineer, currently the regional electrical engineering lead for Kirby, based in South Africa. And yeah, again, thanks for the invite, Shepard. I know it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Eventually be here. So yeah, let's have some fun.
100%. Yeah. Like I said to everyone, this is my manager, and I think maybe I'll give you props. I think I might have said it before to you, but I'll give you props that I think I like your managing skill and style.
Yeah.
You make everything very easy, and you're understanding. And for me, is just keep on shining and keep on leading us. And I must say, I'm the one who started with this thing of calling you leadership.
Yeah, it's actually true. Yeah, I don't think it existed before you started.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
The guys were looking for a name to call me, and
Yeah.
it looked like it stuck.
100%.
So props to you on that.
Oh yeah, 100%. So yeah, what is it? Please explain what inspired you to study electrical engineering.
Good question. If I must be bluntly honest, right?
Yeah.
I had zero interest
Okay.
in electrical engineering, right? So I'd say as a youngster, my mom and my aunt worked for SAA, so ground staff management, also crew on board. So I think my aunt was a air hostess, I think,
Okay.
and I was exposed a lot to aviation.
Yeah.
You know, we were fortunate enough to have traveled a lot, you know, with the freebies that time.
100%. Yeah.
Been in cockpits multiple times, and I think it paved the way for me that's cool, you know, it looked interesting. And it's something I stuck on for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And pilot was that was my number one.
First love. Yeah. Sure.
And I think even through high school it was still a thing. And I think in the later stage of high school, I told myself, look, I'm going to make a decision. You know, what am I going to do as I'm moving into university? So my uncle's a pilot. Well, actually, my mom's uncle, so that's still family. But anyway, so he flies for United Airlines. And
Yeah.
fortunately enough, I spoke to him, gave me some tips, gave me some kit, the simulator and all that thing. So again, that fueled me to do this, you know.
Yeah.
But I think it hit home when we started really looking into I think financial aspect wasn't too much of a concern, even though it's really expensive. But I think the deciding factor for me was managed to meet up with one of the first female captains, you know, to fly
Okay.
Jumbo Jet 747, and I think she altered my entire life career goal in one question. She asked me, you know, tomorrow you fail medical, you know, in your first year of flying, you know, what you gonna do? What's your backup plan, you know?
100%.
And I stood there, I was like, I don't know, you know, I honestly don't know. So she gave some advice that she studied, you know, I think forensic science or something.
Okay.
Worked for 7 years as a backup plan, and then went into aviation, you know.
I see.
And I got myself thinking, well, what am I going to study, you know? And she said electronics on the plane is something you have to do as a mandatory module. And I was like, cool, you know, let me just do electrical.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And cool, I told myself I'll do it. And I applied for flying school, got accepted, got the fee structure and everything. And started studying, you know, life went on, and the fees are exorbitant. Again, it wasn't a financial, my parents were willing to make the sacrifice, you know, for me to strive in that career choice. But I think it became more realistic, you know, as time went along. As a pilot, you know, you got to consider your time. You want a family. Where you gonna fit all that in, you know, and it's a you're stuck between the rock and a hard place to make that
100%.
decision. So,
Yeah.
you know, years went by. I got to like electrical engineering, decided to study further, and I landed there on my on my feet, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
And I decided, you know, if I'm gonna just do the piloting thing, it will be on private capacity.
Yeah.
I could always go back into it, you know. There's no age restrictions so long you fit.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think that plus knowing that there's a lot of politics around becoming a pilot.
Okay.
You know, there's the racial part. It's dominant by a certain race. You know, it's still a thing.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's how I ended up landing in electrical engineering.
100%.
It's been 11 years later.
Wow.
So,
Wow. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I think just to get before we close the aviation part, if you were to go into detail on how long did you do it, what are the requirements for you to study it, how does a career path in aviation look like, so that we can close that chapter before we get to electrical.
So typically, you got to make a decision. So you start off by getting your PPL, which is a private pilot license.
Okay.
That usually is about 18-month long course, which costs around, I think in today's age is about 350K.
Okay.
So
For 18 months.
Yeah. So you can imagine the burden or the pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
So you got to obviously go to school, do the mandatory courses. You got to do your build up of hours, building up to your solo flight, you know, getting your stripes, etc. And then from there, once you attain your PPL, you need to then make a decision: are you doing this as a hobby? Do you want to further that?
Yeah.
So, in order to fly local, like for the likes of, you know, SAF Air, those sort of airlines, you got to get a CPL, which is commercial.
Okay.
Again, that's a stepping stone of your private license. So it's essentially hours, building hours.
Okay.
So the bigger cost in this is the rental of the planes, essentially.
Okay.
So
Sure.
I mean, if you airplane parking in a garage, you know, it will cost you nothing really.
100%.
I mean, it goes up to probably $3,500 nowadays an hour.
Okay.
And you got to build, like, we're talking 400-500 plus hours. So I mean, that's how it works. And then if you get there, get your hours done, and you want to become international, then it's like 3,000-4,000 hours.
I see.
So that's sort of, so it's a short, I say, the short path to get, let's call it 2 years, 2.5 years, you know. And there's no guarantee.
Okay.
At the end.
Yeah.
And that's done for, I've got a close friend that's actually a commercial pilot. He's an instructor. He's got instructor's rating, but he cannot find work. He cannot. He simply cannot. So the foundations are not like they used to be, where a lot of, you know, taking people in from different social environments. I think funding is probably the biggest issue.
Yeah.
And again, you know, I don't want to touch on the racial thing, but it's unfortunately the case. But what I've noticed, and what the guys are earning commercially, it's the same as engineers, you know.
Yeah.
It's nothing glamorous. You want to talk glamorous, you're talking about the international pilots.
International pilots. Okay.
Getting there, how much time and money you have to put in to get into that.
I see.
And if you get there, am I guaranteed a job?
I see.
You know, so yeah, I'd say that's in a nutshell, really. Unless you want to try and apply, you know, overseas, but potentially there are, like, I know Emirates has these programs where, and they're hiring at the moment quite a bit, because I think there's a shortage of pilots. I'd say, because again, it costs a lot of money to do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no bursaries around that's going to fund that, unfortunately.
100%.
Yes, the foundations can assist to a certain degree, but again, you're going to most likely end up being potentially a commercial pilot.
Yeah.
Is it worth all that to earn something similar to what engineers are earning, you've got to make the call.
Yeah, it's a passion. It's a passion thing. If you
It's
love
more,
it,
it's a passion, and I think a lot of people reside into doing it as a hobby. If you got the money,
yeah,
it's a nice expensive call it sport to play.
sure,
Go out on a Sunday,
100%.
take out a pipe archer or something for Stellenbosch, go around. But I'd say that's it really. So
Well,
that really closes the chapter, because I think as time went along,
yeah,
it made sense that it's not worth it for me.
yeah,
And I've progressed enough in my career that I would say I definitely surpassed what I would have been potentially getting as a commercial pilot.
100%.
I ended up here. So
Beautiful, beautiful.
man.
Yeah, that's a very inspiring story, and I mean, for those who are here, I'm sure the thumbnail is gonna say electrical engineer. This is a bonus, a bonus for anyone who is interested to becoming a pilot. And like you've had it, if you're really interested in it, go for it. And I mean, the sky is the limit. Literally.
I think you gotta do your research.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something, once you go down that hole, you wouldn't want to turn back.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
it's a big financial cost to yourself.
True.
So I would say at the moment it's almost like piloting is suited for a certain class.
Yeah, 100%.
That's just the narrative around it.
It's just the nature.
It's the nature of it.
Yeah.
It's like golf.
Which
one's sport.
Yeah, 100%. So you pivot to becoming an electrical engineer. How was it like studying electrical engineer? What made you love engineering eventually?
So, a bit of background, right? So, obviously, pivoting into electrical engineering being my first choice. I applied at 3 universities. I got in at Stellenbosch immediately. UCT was 50-50. They sort of said no for electrical engineering, and I took my second choice of BCom. I was like, nah, it's too saturated. Too much guys having a degree, but no jobs. And funny story, I went to CPUT's open day with my cousin, and I told him, never will I come here.
Sure.
And lo and behold, I ended up there.
Yeah.
And I would say it's probably the best decision I made in terms of the hands-on experience, the practical. I mean, we had students from UCT coming to us for a year doing practicals, and I'd say not just the technical aspect. I mean, we had gala evenings where it sort of trained us to speak in public audience, because it's something you got to do eventually in your career. So I had a lot of fun. I think CPUT really opened up a lot of doors for me, especially in my first pool of sort of job applications. They always look for something hands-on.
Yeah.
And getting to understand what you study, I'd say in electrical engineering, it's extremely key. Getting to visualize. I mean, you saw it yourself traveling to site. Seeing it on a computer, seeing it in person, it's
a big difference.
It's a big difference, and it opens up your mind.
So you get you're a graduate. You graduated as an electrical engineer. What is it that you did, or if you can share some wisdom to a graduate at the moment who just want to make it as a graduate? Is there any ideas or maybe wisdom that you can share that made you graduate as well?
I'd say don't take for granted so maybe it's more on the something that motivated me is that I was blessed enough that my parents funded my studies, and I know, having all the friends there on bursaries, some guys dropped out because they couldn't afford, and it built a fire inside me that it's my parents' hard-earned money. I don't want to fail, so I will do the best that I possibly can. Put in the hours, the time.
Yep.
Because ultimately, what I found is like in school, let's say high school, right? You have the A, B, and C class, and some people are naturally clever. The head boys, the prefects, the top achievers. But I found at university that's not the guys that are succeeding. It's the hardworking guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I know someone very close that was A grade in university in high school, but at UCT had to sort of change to the extended program because it wasn't easy. So I'd say if I give some advice, it's put in the hard work. It will never go in vain. it's tough out there. The job environment, it's a massive demand, but the pool of work is extremely small. I'd say work hard, put in the hours, make the sacrifice. Parting can come later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would tell someone, a young graduate, look, that's my key advice. Put in the hours. I said, don't be too consumed by social media or that sort of thing. Yeah, I'd say that's my nugget there.
Yeah, awesome. So let's get to your professional journey.
Yeah.
Could you please just explain your professional journey from your in-service training, first job, to where you are? And we can also zoom in just after you explain. You can zoom in each and every part of your career journey so that we can just get some wisdom on what were you doing there.
Yeah.
You can go into detail as well.
So I through CPUT I landed a gig at Cobham Satcom, which is at the time it was the highest paying in service around.
Okay.
So it was prestigious to get in there.
Yeah.
I think you can probably say maybe 8-9 grand at the time.
Okay.
There was a lot of money at the time, as a graduate,
Sure.
in service. So I started in service training.
Yeah.
I would say again, hard work, and I want to stand out. I think that's sort of maybe a character that I have.
A trait, yeah.
I want to, just raise my hand, and I'd say mid in service, my manager at the time went to management and said, listen, employ this guy full time.
Yeah.
So it ended up happening, and I was doing BTech at the time. So just to give a bit of background, Cobham Satcom does, they, funny enough, so that ties into aviation, a reason why I also chose them. So they design and retrofit electronics in terms of telecoms, navigation systems, tracking, that sort of thing for all of Boeing and Airbus. Which literally built all the aircraft from the likes of Etihad, Emirates, all the airlines. So
wow,
it's sort of, I wasn't straying too far away.
So aviation was calling you back.
Yeah, exactly. It was calling me back, and it was also a very hands-on job as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally went down to PCB level. I mean, I was sort of the proud owner of a new facility. So that again, where I'd say consulting started to grow inside me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an intern there, and a lot of trust was given to me. They told me straight, listen, we're quite busy, but the budget was, I think, 1.2 million. We need you to design and literally like figure out a process of how to do, it's called rose testing. I'll never forget, because anything we touch at Cobham, there was a policy, it's 8 years because it's aviation. So
all right,
if there was a document I did, for 8 years it stands there, they can phone me within the 8 years. Listen,
you're the one who designed this. Yeah. 100%.
So ROSE stands for resistive oxidation something, right? So essentially what we were experiencing, that our PCBs on our radars on some of the aircraft, so due to the temperature up there, it's freezing cold.
Sure.
So we were trying to find a way to sort of reduce condensation on the PC boards.
Sure.
So we needed to find a way where we could literally take a PC board, we put it in a fancy dishwasher, take it out, and we dip it into a coating, right? The coating dries in microseconds. So you dip it in there. If you leave the coating for like maybe a minute, a full bottle will evaporate.
Oof.
A bottle of that costed at the time like 4 grand, like a liter, which is all imported from Germany. So I designed the facility, so literally a sequence operation. So technician comes in, he's got his ESD strap on, takes the PCB out, that ESD packet. It goes through all the stations. And then I wrote up all the test procedures. I literally coordinated, like we had to core drill to the ground floor, get water supply in, and for me it was like, as a young guy, managing sort of people that's older than me. Ultimately, I designed it, I costed it. I had to report back, and it was a first of kind for them actually. And they invested money into it, and it's something they've adapted on a larger scale.
Sure.
So so then going back to that, I was working there and studying at the same time. Classes was at night, and I was struggling, man. Working 8 to 5, then from
For
6 till
5, yeah.
12, you know how it goes.
Yeah, 100%.
It went on for about 3 or 4 months,
Mhm.
and it was killing me.
Yeah.
And I made the decision that let me not prolong. Again, I was blessed enough that my parents were funding studies at the time, so
Mm.
I decided to leave the job,
Okay.
study full time.
Yeah.
Got my BTech done in 1 year.
Mm.
Then in my last 2 months, I approached a company called Lead Lighting SA,
Okay. Mm.
and got the job in my last week of exams. I did interviews and everything, got the job.
Yeah.
And the exam was on a Friday. The Monday I started there,
Okay.
So that was now a new
In your transition.
transition into
Yeah.
a lead lighting essay. So there I did. So luckily enough, I didn't fall part of the bigger crowd there. So I started out in a very small department, which was the automotive department.
Okay.
So we designed from scratch headlights for the Praza, the new
Okay.
Praza headlight, the headlights, the indicator lights, the the interior lighting and all those sort of things.
Okay.
And it was very interesting because I learned SolidWorks.
Mm.
I actually designed now an extrusion for the current use that they're using at the moment,
Yeah.
from designing it in SolidWorks, 3D printing it,
Yeah.
doing a PCB design,
Photometric.
printing it out,
Yeah.
getting the LED cobs, we had a photometric lab.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I did that. I even did one for the My City bus as well, which they're actually using now. It's actually for the deaf people.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
the intensity of the light. It's long in the history bank there, but yeah. So we sort of did that, and then I started working with consultants because I started working on the commercial side as well. So
Sure.
then it's like the glass F&B building in town. We did all the lighting there,
Sure.
and that's where I started looking at consultants, what they actually do.
So that's when the
sales
bulk.
team were always dealing with consultants.
100%. Yeah.
And I'd say I was there for a bit. Then unfortunately I was part of what they call last in first out.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So the owner of Lead Lighting SA, he personally interviewed me at the time, right? And he was on his deathbed actually. It was actually quite a sad story. So he passed on the basically share split between engineering, technical director, and sales, and they two together basically ran the company. And,
Sure.
look, they went through a tough time. I was part of the last in first out, and then I left there. And at the time, my mom's business, she's got a big bakery, as you would know.
Yeah.
They were purchasing a new premises, and again, minimal design consulting experience, but lighting I knew very well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I designed the lighting layout for a factory. I even took a stab at the plug points and the containments,
Sure.
Look, it's very basic.
Yeah.
And it worked. And I thought, look, it was always a backup plan, I can she's got a big long-standing business, So worked there for 2 or 3 months. Again, it's not fulfilling as a person who studied electrical engineering.
100%.
Look, no offense to the craft there, but it's not for me,
And I must say to everyone who's listening, he bakes nice cakes. Every time we have a gathering, he makes nice chocolate cake, and we enjoy it.
For sales.
Yeah, of course. We leave on the description below. Make your orders. Anyways, yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, so I got opportunity. Look, I was applying for jobs.
Yeah.
Left, right, and center every night, applying. And obviously, companies don't want guys with zero experience in consulting.
100%,
It's tough. They expect you to have 1 year, 2 year. I struggled. Look, luckily for me, I was still earning money, working at my mom's premises, and applied, went to a couple interviews, not successful. I didn't give up. And then there was a firm called the Classy Engineering, right? So they're actually they're as old as Kirby actually in Johannesburg.
All right.
Very big portfolio. They opened up a office in Cape Town, and the post was 3-month fixed term contract.
Okay.
And they weren't looking for much experience.
100%, yeah.
So I applied for it. Went for an interview. and a very nice manager who was actually one of the directors at the time. He was happy with what I interviewed well, and
Mm.
he asked me questions. Okay, so how much you want to earn?
Mm.
I'm like, damn, I don't know what consultants earn.
Mm.
I I gave a random figure,
Mm.
and he's like, okay, no, it's fine. We'll give you that,
Yeah.
because I think considering it was 3 months.
Mm.
So 3 months turned into 4 years.
Wow.
And in that, I'd say in that company, I've been exposed to so much.
Mm.
And that's where I had the opportunity to learn.
Mm.
So they literally threw me in the deep end,
Sure.
from day one. I mean, I did a site walk
Mm.
on my first day alone,
Sure.
not knowing anything, just
Yeah.
standing in for one of the senior guys.
Mm-hmm.
I got exposed to a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They invested a lot in me personally. I had so they wanted someone to focus on healthcare.
Okay.
There's a lot of money in hospital, in building services. So
Sure.
we had one of the chief directorates of Department of Health and Public Works, both of them actually, invested a lot of money and time into upskilling me.
Sure.
So it was a solid 3-4 months of in-depth training, going through the specs, going through designs, and a lot of late nights, funny moments. But it molded me into, I would say, I would go as far as saying as a hospital expert.
Okay.
I mean, I can design a hospital blindfolded.
Yeah.
And I'd say it's the most complex form of engineering in building services. I mean, if you can do a hospital, there's nothing else you can't do. So I was blessed enough. I would say I clocked about 40 plus projects spanning from
prefab hospitals.
Yeah, hospitals.
Big
I did Cape
hospitals.
Town International Airport.
Okay.
We did an autonomous city out in Stellenbosch. We did water treatment plants. We've done solar farms. The typical. I was exposed to quite a bit, and even through the COVID time, we still had work. And then I'd say it was time to move on. And approached. I applied for a job actually at Satori. And the first interview I applied for, the first job I applied for, I didn't know how I got the interview because I knew it's a bit senior for my years of experience. Anyways, I got the interview.
Okay.
It didn't go that well, but there was this one guy that's still the current technical director, and he asked me a question that stuck with me. It was something about hospital earthing or something.
Okay.
I don't remember what it exactly was, but it stuck with me and I couldn't answer it. And he basically stopped me midway, alluding to the fact, listen, don't try and lie about the answer,
Sure.
So look, I didn't get it. Unsuccessful. Then a post came up again.
Yeah.
For I'd say a bit of a more junior post.
Okay.
Junior to intermediate. Applied for it. Same guy was the interview, and obviously this time I was much more versed in hospital engineering, and he was in there as well. And interview went well this time, and they asked me. It was a defining moment. I think they got me the job. Is that he asked me? No, one of the other panel members asked me, "Do you have any questions?" And I pointed straight to him. I said, "Listen, you remember the question you asked me the last time?
Okay.
Do you want an answer now?"
Sure.
And he remembered, it clicked. And he was sort of impressed that I actually.
You still remembered,
and I could sing, I could sing the answer there, and I think that, they appreciated that, when I got the job, and then spent another 4 years there, and there they drilled me, I've in Tanzania, I was all over the show, doing projects out in Tanzania, Mexico, Rwanda, also big projects, from bottling facilities to beer manufacturing plants to wastewater treatment plants to the typical hospitals, office blocks, apartments. Good experience. But again, they were bleeding resources. I've been overworked there like an animal.
But it's the nature of consulting. You work very hard there for your money, I guess.
And I guess also it's not as if you're earning mega bucks.
Then there's also that part.
Obviously, transitioning from Oricon to
and
I had a cousin who worked at Oricon, and again, no one likes to talk racial, in today's time. It's this old topic, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, I think maybe being a tutorial, they sort of transitioned into a more diverse business model.
Yep.
But ultimately, at Oricon, it was just certain race dominated, and to get to that, you never get there. It's always
Yeah.
reserved for a certain class. Yeah, look, they've definitely diversified now, but again, all the hard work for
Yeah.
the money wasn't doing the math for me.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
I
Yeah.
was working. I look, I can't follow them.
Yeah.
They told me you're gonna sink or swim in this company. Which
Yeah.
I think being in a bigger company, if you don't raise your hand up, you're definitely gonna sink there. So I'd say invaluable experience there. Taught me a lot about myself. Upskilled me quite a bit.
Yep.
Because obviously they invested time and effort. And I'd say that's where it gave me the confidence in managing, because our manager at the time,
Yeah.
I hope you're not watching this. Look, he was there, but he wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
these weekly meetings. I mean, we used to joke about it. You'd be lucky if you see him in one,
Okay.
maybe once a month, maybe. And we would have and when we had these meetings, we would go through everyone's projects, and my projects was on a separate tab.
Okay.
It was something like 10, 12, not even joking, up to 17,
100%.
18 projects at a time,
Yeah.
where being small or big. And that was killing me. I was burning out, and promised the resources, but it never happened. And I'd say a lot of good work came out of. Look,
Yeah.
I can't say
And
Tutorial is a
pressure.
bad company. I mean,
Yeah.
they got a good model there. They're a big company, but I'd say they work you, especially being. I'd say more for the graduates. Let's not talk bad about the graduate program. But I know, I mean, you've Siraj worked for us. He also was from
Yeah.
Tutorial as well.
100%.
They definitely worked you as if you were a
Seasoned. Yeah.
seasoned engineer. Yeah. So you run with it.
Yeah.
And obviously, being a young graduate, you're not gonna say no.
Yeah, and the good thing about, I mean, it's easy to criticize it, or maybe the other good thing about being thrown in the deep end is that you get to learn a lot. It's like your learning curve moves very much exponentially.
Correct. Yeah.
And I mean, for someone who has 10 years experience, who went through the normal way of growing in a consulting firm, which is drawing, then get into meetings, then run projects, that is the safest way of growing as a consultant.
Correct. Yeah.
But being thrown at the deep end makes you either swing or swim.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's definitely beneficial not to do the traditional route.
Yeah,
And I'm
100%.
saying it because if you look at the job pool out there, they're looking for someone who's been around
100%.
project. So
True.
ideally, I like to throw people in the. Yes, I guess in the deep end you get to see what they can do under pressure.
Yep.
Some people, they get it first time. They absorb the knowledge really quickly.
Yep.
With hunger to learn. It's definitely the best way, especially if one wants to register with Essa.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not so much. Essa also wants to see development.
Yeah.
But I don't think in today's time the consulting firms has the luxury of time to babysit you from
100%.
They want you to just do everything and just find your feet with the support of your colleagues. So I'd say that was my career.
Engineer.
Tutorial was quite good, and then obviously the pressure of all the work got to me. And I think I wasn't applying for jobs. I did actually. I was poached actually by WSP at the time.
Okay.
So I'd say and that's one thing I maybe tell the younger guys is that it's maybe not the best advice, because job hopping is not the greatest thing. It doesn't look good for your profile, but it also sets a new benchmark for your salary bracket. Because now you're stuck at a company earning X amount, and a different company maybe of the same experience level earning maybe 2 times the amount. And how do you get to that point? You're going to spend half your life there at the one company. So WSP reached out to me. Gave me a good offer. And I think this was a defining moment for me. It told me what my worth is, and also what the company thinks of me or my importance to the company. Being a tutorial at the time, my manager was off, I think, for a funeral or something, and I think it was his mom or his dad actually, and I had to call him. I had to make a call. I was gonna take the job, and called him up and said, "Listen, I got an offer." This guy literally I wouldn't say cancelled. He postponed his travel or something. Came to office.
Wow.
I had the call. He said, "Listen, whatever they're offering you, I'm matching it. I'm not even gonna go through the loops." They matched it. I was there, and I was fine. But again, in that time, I was also trying to fish out, what engineer of my years of experience. So what are they getting out there?
100%, yeah.
And it still wasn't aligning, with what I should be getting, I'd say.
Yep.
And again, I'm not. Engineering is not. You're not really chasing money. You should have a passion for it, but you should also be rewarded
for the work that you're doing.
for the work you're doing. So I'd say a big caveat there when I got that sort of when they matched the salary offers, that you got to register as a professional.
Sure.
And you got to do it really quickly. So got a mentor. That he's a pure eng mechanical and electrical.
Yeah.
At the time, I was done with my report. He had one look at it and he said, "Listen, you're throwing a thing straight in the bin. We'll start over." So I said 3 months of vigorous back and forth. Then I registered,
Yeah.
And then I think it's a big milestone for me.
Yeah, it is.
Everyone in engineering wants to get that professional
100%
accolade. And that's when Kirby came.
Perfect timing.
Kirby sort of approached me. Actually, Kirby approached me in the beginning stages of
setting
my
up
more senior life at Taariq.
Okay.
I didn't take it seriously. I mean, LinkedIn, everyone's coaching everyone.
100%.
I didn't take it seriously. I thought it was a call center, like I told everyone. That's the cold hard truth. And they sent the message again towards the end of the year.
Okay.
Listen, we're doing a roadshow. Come chat to us, And then I checked. Let me just go check what's Kirby actually about. I was like, damn, this is a big firm,
Yeah.
And it's different to what we were doing because a lot of consultancies, especially at that time, even still today, they're not heavily involved in data centers. It's still a growing thing that now slowly evolving to that sector. So went for the call, went for the chat, and brief explanation with our talent acquisition manager that sold me the dream there, a big risk I took because they had no presence in South Africa.
Yeah.
And at the time I had no clue if they're going to sort of work in
do well. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So how would that work,
Yeah.
Are we like the guinea pigs? Should it fail? Fuck, what do I do?
Yeah.
So it was a Friday. That was the chat. Monday I had the interview with our current boss. One of the easiest interviews I've ever had. More of a conversation.
Yeah.
Tuesday it was Wednesday. Wednesday got the offer. And
Okay.
Friday I signed. And the funny thing is, they were also finding their feet as to what guys were earning and that sort of thing.
100%. Yeah.
And I gave a figure what's reasonable considering I got a PR, got the X, Y, and Z. And
Sure.
They didn't like fight back too much. Again, regardless of what I was going to earn, I did not know what I'm in for. A bit of a rocky start, but I started out there.
Yeah.
And as you know, now I'm the regional guy.
100%.
Other people.
Yeah.
I guess. It was an eye opener for me.
Yeah.
Being consulting, dealing with contractors, leaving a lot of scope on their plate. We do a certain thing, you guys take it further.
Yeah.
Now us being the contractor as well, it sort of taught me how much I don't know. It's so much detail, as you would know yourself.
Yeah.
And I'd say now I can say I've come full circle. I've seen both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
Am I going back to consulting? Nah, probably not. It's a good thing we have in Cape Town. We're 60, 70 strong at the moment, and it's only getting bigger and bigger. So
Yeah.
and exposure to these crazy projects. I mean,
Mm.
things you never thought you'd work on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you never thought one day you'd fly out to Sweden and get a
100%.
Microsoft job.
Mm.
So, and it opens up doors for yourself
True.
for the sort of the overseas work.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd say that's my
That's
my
your
career
career journey. Yeah.
in a nutshell. Yeah.
I like the type of podcast we had because you shared your story, and for the listeners, they can just get wisdom from all the different journeys that you had, from your first job where you were doing your PCBs,
Yeah.
moving to LEDSA, moving to the first consulting company, moving to Zatari, and now growing to become a regional manager. I think let's touch on this one, becoming a regional manager,
Yeah.
because I think most people, the career path is probably they just work as a worker, but they don't necessarily get into management. Let's talk about management. How did you set up yourself to become a manager, and share some nuggets as well on how do you put yourself out there, and how do you also grow to actually becoming a manager as well?
So I'd say it started way back in university already. So I mean, you would know we have these groups that would do projects.
Yeah.
Right. You were maybe 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah.
And I always raise the hand to be, let's say, the group leader.
The group leader, yeah.
And delegate. And not by force. No, it was unanimous.
100%, yeah.
I found it was very easy. Guys listened to me. I sort of started that hunger for that. Not that I always chased it. Look, obviously my father's also into the entrepreneurship field. He's an entrepreneur as well. Being a manager, being a director. Lessons learned. Also a bit of inspiration on the end. Look, I can also become something. So I'd say being with Kirby, it's not traditional. Like you said, it's not, for example, Taariq, to get to management level, it's not easy.
Okay.
You're going to spend years. I think Kirby's business model is different. They don't look at age. It's more what skill set the person offers. Can you deliver? And you would know we're a very young team. Across not just Cape Town, across the board. There's a lot of young guys in management roles. So I'd say you need to first identify. I think maybe between yourself and how do you handle? Can you handle people? Can you handle different personalities? Are you able to take on that responsibility for the end result? It's got to be something that's brewing inside you. You know what I mean? It's some people are happy to just plateau. I'm happy with my package or whatever work I have. I come to work and I do it, and I'm content with that. Then you get some people that wants a bit more. You've got to raise your hand. So even when I started with Kirby, I mean, regional wasn't a thing. They said, look, you're coming in as a lead. We'll assess you whether you are staying a lead or you're going to move back to senior or you're going to move into a regional role. It's obviously a criteria. And I think how I deal with different personalities is something that's good, I would say. And I think maybe the management style. So, I mean, I've seen different management styles, people micromanaging, people not giving two shits about anything, to people just let their staff do what they want to do. And I'd say the feedback I was getting, I mean, not just from Kirby, even being at Zutari, how it goes. You got a couple of juniors underneath you. Yeah. You got a BIM modeler. You're client facing, you're presenting. Yeah. And I always felt, I saw myself, I envisioned myself as somewhere in management one day. I couldn't plateau. I needed to get up there. And I'll do what I have to do. Yeah. To get there. So I'd say it's a skill set you gotta make the decision early on. Yeah. That's why you see yourself. Because there's a lot of people, like I said, that's just happy going by.
Just do what you have to do.
Yeah. And so it's not for everyone. I mean, you can get someone that's able to manage maybe a project, but then there's that leadership aspect.
Mm.
You know, um, what sort of impact do you have on others around you? How
Mm.
do you handle certain situations?
Yeah.
I mean, from consulting, that must have taught us a lot.
100%.
You always have a shitty architect or a very arrogant mechanical engineer or whatever,
Mhm.
and how you deal with that, how
Your
you adjust.
your contractor trying to cut corners.
Exactly. I'd say having the assertiveness, especially when your contract is trying to claim
Yeah,
your claim,
100%.
you need to be very bold
Mm.
and like all starts and ends with you. If you
Yeah,
don't listen to what I'm saying,
100%.
So I guess it's something that it's a growing skill set.
Mm.
And I had the hunger for it.
Yeah.
So that's I guess that showcased to the greater audience, and they saw something in me clearly.
100%. Yeah.
It's not that they give it to any Harry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my my take on that.
100%. Now, I mean, thanks a lot on sharing on that. It's something that we want to explore as a podcast, to be able to speak with people who are in, I will call them C-suite management, so that they can share how is it like, how was their career path.
Yeah.
And I guess you are probably one of the quote unquote guinea pigs for that. But I think it's something that we're just building up towards
Yeah.
it, and we can always work towards getting more people who are in the C-suite, and have a different podcast for that. But I think what you have shared is going to be valuable for someone who wants to say, hey guys, I've always been a leader where I'm at. Just becoming a follower is not something that has never been in my character. I'm
Correct.
more of a leader, so at least they can follow your career path. I was like, oh, this is how you can get to become a C-suite, to become a manager of other people. So I think thanks a lot for sharing that journey. I think, yeah, this is one of our longer podcasts. What I would want you to do for me is for you to share, to summarize, what is it that you learned in your career from your first in-service training up until now.
So it summarized in terms of like.
So if you were to summarize in terms of what is it that makes you a good electrical engineer?
It's a good question. I think yeah, maybe well, it's best said that I always go over and above what is asked.
Okay.
That is something that I've fostered for a very long time. I believe like in the first time, right? So I would say, what can I do different that other people's not doing? What can I do to stand out? I'd say quality and consistency. Something that I would say is it's very key in my upbringing, as coming to a point where I am right now. It's sort of never giving a half-hearted effort, going over and above time and time again.
Yeah.
Hoping you get noticed. And I think luckily for me, it's I hit the iron on the head every single time.
Yeah.
I would say I have that sort of, I'd say, hunger to be the best you possibly can. And I said, don't be fake. At some point, you gotta fake it till you make it.
Sure.
But
Sure.
adjust yourself to the situation.
Yep.
If you see opportunity, take it. So, I mean, you get people that I know personally that would sit in meetings that I know you have a very bright idea, but you're too shy to say it. You may be just too scared to bring up a point in front of senior people. And then someone says the exact same thing you were going to say. He gets
all the accolades.
Exactly. So I'd say the sink or swim philosophy is really a thing. I'd say never be afraid to raise your hand. Go out there, do your best. Because I think hard work pays off from studying to tertiary institutions to, I think it applies to everything really. It's the hard work. I actually had, I mean, that was one of my slogans somewhere, one of my social media things is that hard work pays off. I will do whatever is necessary to get to that goal, whether I bluff or not.
Okay.
You know,
Sure.
I will get there one way or another.
Yeah.
You know, it's whether it's gonna be now or in 10 years later.
Sure.
You gotta trust the process. And I guess, like I say in the office, you know, don't be fooled by these people that say get up early and grind. You know,
Sure.
let's be realistic there.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be. I think the ethic behind the way you work and the way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
And also, I guess, taking into consideration what's going on in today's time, you utilize that to your advantage, like the AI, these drop shipping, there's all sorts of opportunities. Go for it, you know. And also, if you find you land a job, see where you could maybe diversify, you know, do something on the side. Because, you know, we're struggling at the moment. There's so much people looking for work.
Yeah.
And you can get fired like that. You know, people can lose their jobs.
True.
They build families. They rely solely on one breadwinner. Tomorrow your job's gone. You know.
Start over, yeah.
And I think, if I can part with something I feel is very important, it's don't underestimate time. Time is it's invaluable because you can't get it back.
Yeah.
So for the younger generation, take the risk now while you have less responsibility. Because if you fail, you know, you can get back up on your feet.
True.
Go again. Keep on going until something sticks, you know. I think great entrepreneurs are built on that philosophy. Working up too late, not wanting to take the risk, it's gonna bite you in the end.
True.
So I mean, my dad was in corporate for a very long time, from graduate up to director level, and later in the career took the risk, went on his own, and has thrived ever since, you know. So take the risk. I'd say something look, I'm very, as you know, I'm very multi-diverse.
100%.
But I almost wish that there were some risks I could have taken
over, yeah.
Altered my career path. Because some people are street smart.
Yeah.
Some people are not. Some people are meant for corporate.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm both.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say you know, don't mess with time. You know, you will have a very short life. You know,
100%.
take what you can, reap the benefits.
Yeah. Well, well said. Thank you so much again for coming through on the podcast. I think you have just shared a lot of insights. And like I said, this is a different type of a podcast where I listened more and allowed you to speak. And for the listeners, is listen to the information that's coming out, the way that Taariq thinks, how he solves problems. That's how you can set up yourself to become a manager in the future. So yeah, thank you so much for coming through. Really, really appreciate it. And thank you so much, everyone, for listening to the podcast. And we'd like to say thank you so much to Workshops Eventing for giving us this opportunity to collaborate and work together. And if you want to bring your podcast to life, please reach out to them. We'll leave all the information in the description below. And let's continue with the conversation in the comments below. And like, share, and also subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much.
I was gonna say that, guys. Share, subscribe.
100%.
Yeah, look, looking forward. Maybe we can, you know, have another podcast on maybe on a different topic potentially. And
I have an idea that we can start, which is having an all-round.
That was my idea actually.
Yes. All right. So you get to do BMS, you get to do MV. All different packages on how to build a data center. So by the way, we build data centers. So it will be nice. I mean, we've got 4 mics here. We're only utilizing 2. So it will be nice to have like a full team and explain what we do as a company. And I'm sure Kirby can do something about that. Wink, wink. All right, everyone. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.